first governor was to hire a food taster.
Oh, really? That's a joke. I do know about the paranoia.
Hi. I know it's been a slow news day these last couple days. Go ahead.
Thanks. When the president announced the vaccine requirement for large companies with more than 100 employees back in September, he said at the time, our patience is wearing thin. If his patience is wearing thin, why wait until January 4th for this mandate to go into effect?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So the goal here is that we wanted to kind of streamline things. If you could imagine, we know that some employers may have workplaces subject to requirements for federal contractors, and other workplaces subject to the Emergency Temporary Standard (ETS), as you've heard us say, in order to make it easier for businesses and workers to comply.
Oh, we're supposed to be a government of laws, not a government of men. This is 500 pages of a government of a bureaucracy. A government that is being run by executive edict, not in accordance with the typical constitutional processes.
The administration is aligning the contractor deadline with the deadline for workers to receive their shots in the CMS and OSHA rules. Across all three requirements, OSHA, CMS, and the executive order for federal contractors, workers will need to have their final shot no later to January 4th, 2022, which is the date that you were inferring on. This will ensure that federal contractors implement their requirements on the same timeline as other employers in their industries, leveling the playing field, and we believe more people will get vaccinated as a result of a clear and consistent deadline. Additionally, OSHA has clarified that it will not apply its new ETS rule to workplaces covered by either the CMS rule or the federal contractor vaccination requirement. Look, so like I said, we wanted to make it easier. We wanted to avoid confusion, and so we want to even the playing field, and this is why we moved that December 8th deadline that you're talking about to January 4th.
How confident is the White House these will hold up in court with a lot of GOP states threatening legal action?
So we're pretty confident. The administration clearly has the authority to protect workers, and actions announced by the president are designed to save lives and stop spread of COVID. DOJ will be defining these laws.
What laws were passed by the Congress and signed by the president?
Okay, thank you. And then President Biden is calling these reports about the administration paying up to $450,000 to illegal immigrants who are separated from family members garbage. He says it's not going to happen.
This ought to be good.
I think so too. About the way forward, Mr. President, as you were leaving for your overseas trip, there were reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah.
But the ACLU says that it is. So who is right?
Wait, are you talking about the question you asked him yesterday?
Yes.
So if it saves taxpayer dollars and puts
Watch
the
this
disastrous
response.
history of
I
the
can't
previous
believe it. I'm so
administration's
pissed.
use of zero tolerance and family separation behind us, the president is perfectly comfortable with the Department of Justice settling with the individuals and families who are currently in litigation with the U.S. government. You know, DOJ can obviously speak more to that process. The president what he was reacting to was the dollar figure that was mentioned, that you mentioned to him yesterday. As press accounts to date indicate, there's been press accounts on this, DOJ made clear to the plaintiffs that the reported figures are higher than anywhere that a settlement can land. Again, this is something that the Department of Justice can speak to. I do not have anything more to add to this.
But if he's not okay with $450,000, how much money is he okay giving these?
This is Peter, this is something that the Department of Justice is going to handle. I just laid out what he was thinking and how the process was moving forward. The DOJ will talk to the specifics of this.
So what changed then from yesterday? You're saying that he would be perfectly comfortable settling with these families who broke the law to come here, but yesterday he said that's not going to happen.
First of all, let's remember how we got here.
People broke the damn law. That's how we got here.
How we got to a place where we're dealing with families being separated. This is coming from the last administration, cruel, inhuman, immoral policies against just people. It's separating children from their families, 18-month-olds, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds from their families. That's how we got here, is because of the last administration. This is what we're trying to deal with here in this administration. So let's be very clear of how we got here and what's happening. Anything else that you would like to know about this, again, I'll send you to the Department of Justice. I can't speak to specifics, any more specifics on this. Thank you so much, April.
Trying to follow up.
Go ahead, Alex.
Hi, I'm Alexa from the Wall Street Journal. I know you said you can't say more about the possible settlements for immigrant families, but I did want to ask, was the president briefed by DOJ about the settlement discussions? And was it appropriate for him to weigh in on a DOJ process when he's emphasized the department's independence?
I mean, the president believes in the department's independence, right? And that is something that he has been very clear about. The Department of Justice should be independent. He was asked a question and he answered it directly. That's it. He was asked a question and he answered it. I mean, there's nothing much more to add to that. Any more specifics, I would send you to Department of Justice.
Have you noticed that as everything around you seems to decline, one thing still grows? It is the power of your rulers. None of their plans and directives have solved your problems or made your life better. The only result has been their increased control over you at the cost of your freedom. Do you know why? You gave them the power.